the showdown between President Trump's mass deportation fight and the Supreme Court's orders. You're looking live at the White House this morning, where the president of El Salvador was on the same page with President Trump about not bringing Kilmar Abrego Garcia back home, calling the mistakenly deported man a terrorist, despite the Supreme Court ordering the White House to facilitate his return back to the United States. NewsNation's Kellie Meyer has the latest from Washington this morning. And Kellie, the president also floating the idea of deporting U.S. citizens to El Salvador. What's the latest?
Yeah, good morning, Markie. So President Donald Trump said he is looking into deporting, quote, homegrown criminals or American citizens who commit violent crimes to El Salvador. The idea raising legal questions as President Trump says his team is studying the matter.
We also have homegrown criminals that push people into subways, that hit elderly ladies on the back of the head with a baseball bat when they're not looking, that are absolute monsters. I'd like to include them in the group of people to get them out of the country.
So President Trump suggested the idea in a meeting Monday with El Salvador's president. He also told the president to build 5 more prisons for the Americans. The president's comments come amid growing legal questions around the administration's decision not to send a man back to the United States that the administration itself admitted was mistakenly deported to a mega prison in El Salvador. The Supreme Court, in a 9-0 decision, ordered the administration to facilitate the return of Kilmar Abrego Garcia back to Maryland, but the Justice Department insists the federal courts lack the authority to make that demand. They accuse he's a member of MS-13. Attorney General Pam Bondi says returning Garcia is, quote, up to El Salvador.
It is absolutely unjust and illegal to have this Marylander detained one more day in a notorious prison in El Salvador.
That's Senator Van Hollen, Chris Van Hollen, the Democratic senator from Maryland. He calls keeping the man one more day, quote, kidnapping, and says he'll go to El Salvador to meet with the president to discuss the release. Now, lawyers for the wrongly deported Maryland man say it may take a contempt order to bring him back. Markie.
Yeah, we'll see what new developments arise today and this week. And Kellie, while we're talking about immigration, what's the latest on the push by the Trump administration to control the southern border?
Yeah, Markie, President Trump on Friday ordered the United States military to take control of the land at the U.S.-Mexico border, including the Roosevelt Reservation. That's a 60-foot wide strip bordering Arizona, California, and New Mexico. Now, according to the Associated Press, the Pentagon is now looking at how to execute the plan, including laws around troops detaining migrants who are trespassing at the border. Federal troops are legally limited from enforcing domestic law within the United States. So far, nearly 10,000 active duty soldiers have been deployed to the border, but whether they will actually be able to act is expected to be challenged in court. Markie.
All right, Kellie Meyer live from D.C. Thanks so much. Thanks for watching, everybody. Go to joinnn.com to find NewsNation on your television provider. Also, don't forget to click that red subscribe button below to get more of NewsNation's fact-driven, unbiased coverage.